Hi everyone, my name is Urvin and I am making this video to demonstrate my task 5.1c in which I have created a new post page involving the React states and React hooks. I'll be using the useState to continuously render the radio buttons of question and article type. And in this task, as it is given, a user could post a new question or article. First, a user needs to choose the type of post, question or article based on the post type, and corresponding components will be rendered accordingly. So let's move on to the well, on the development. So here you can see I have developed a page in which there are two radio buttons that are question and one is the article. And if I select one of them respectively, then the whole page will change accordingly via use state. So when I click on the article, then we have these type of values, title, abstract, article text tags. And if I select question, then we have title, describe your problem and tags. So how is this working and how it is possible using the React? So let's talk about the code part now and about the styling as well. So first of all, I have created a new file which is the new postpage.jsx in which I'll be using the I have imported two things. One is the from React. I have imported the useState and the other is the CSS part that is the new postpage.css. I will be explaining that also. So then I have a component which is the post type selector. It is responsible for selecting the post type uh, uh, from those two radio buttons that are question and one is the article. So these are the two radio buttons you can see. Then we have that uh, post type and set post type here. Set post type will set post type will get the value like say question or article. So it basically depends on the value we are selecting, and that value will be passed to the set post type. And this is the whole post type component that we have used. So let's move on to the question form. So when the set post type is question, then we have these values displayed. Else, if we have set post type as article, then we have this article form as display. So both the components are basically same, but for this one is for question and this one is for article. So in the question part, it is using the two parameters that are form data and handle change. In this component, uh, form data stores whatever we are typing inside the title, description, and tags. So whatever the value we are passing on in these fields, that is being passed on to the form data. And why it is happening, I will also explain it. It is given in the below part of the code. So these are some input box that I have created and I have labeled them accordingly. So this is the description bar. This text area is for the description. It's just a bigger it's it is similar to input box but just a bigger than input tag. So this is another input tag in which I have used the tags part. So coming on to the article form, it is also same as the question one. It uses the form data and handle change, and then it has a type name title it's an input box. Then we have another for abstract. Then we have a text area for our article text. Then we have tag, and then we have an input box for our tag. So these both are same, but now let's discuss the main part that is over here. So this is another constant. This is the new page, and inside this, I have used the post type and the form data. So in this part, useChat defaultly selects the question. It means whenever the site is running, the defaultly the set post type will be set it as question. So it will look like this when you run the server of the wheat. And talking about the form data and set form data, the useChat is defaultly setting everything to null. So as it is storing the text values, so the so this is how we can set by default as null by quoting these by using these double quotes. We have the title, description tags, abstract, and article text as null. So you can see by default these are all are set as this. So now let's move on to this handle change event. Why we are using this handle change event is basically listening and listening whatever we are typing over here or over here, then it just sends that to the form data. It's an event e. It is handling the changes that we are typing, and then it is passing on to the form data. Here form data is using three dots. What is the meaning of these three dots? It is a spread operator, because in this because if we are updating this, and then we are updating this, and then we are updating this, so the spread operator does is, if we are updating any particular value, like suppose if I update title, then it must not update any other values. It should store the value of description and tags as it is, but do not hinder them. If we change any other value, like if I change the title value, then the other value should remain as in there, like the problem should remain as this and this is as this. So this is the use of the spread operator over here. Then we have the e dot target name, which is assigned as e dot target value. So why we are using this? Because we want, if anything changes, then we have that change to that particular thing. Like for title, if the change is to the title, then only that part will be that part get should get updated. So this is for that. And here we have another event, that is the handle submit button, that will prevent. So here e dot prevent default uh, means there when we click on the push button, then whatever we are having in this, we want to prevent what prevent the refreshing to, like if we have entered anything over here, then we just click on the post button. We don't want the page to refresh again and again. So this is why we have used the e dot prevent default. Then we have a small alert when we click on the post. And here's our return part. In this I have used some classes for CSS, and then we have the post type selector as post type. Then we have another h3 tag, and then we have the form on submit. This function is really essential, because on submit it decides whether the it 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 decides whether a post type is question using the ternary operator. And if the post type is question, then we will have the question form, and the form data will be for the question form, and the handle change will handle the changes accordingly whenever we type anything else. If the selected post if the set type if the post type is if the post type is article form, then we have this part over here, same for the question, like for the question form. And then we have a button for submit button, and that's the whole code. And then we have exported it as the new post page and have it in our app.jsx. So let's talk about our CSS part. Here I have used the classes that are new post, header, subheader, label, and then we have the text area, we have the post button, we have the width set accordingly, then we have the margin, we have font family as Arial sans serif. Then for the border we have that color. Then we have done some padding over here. You can see the padding, this and this all are the paddings that I have done. Then we have the background color over here. Then we have some headers in which background color is this, and then this is the padding. Then we have some subheaders, that is same as we have written the header but with small padding. And then we have some labels where labels are being displayed in the block, and font weight is bold and margin top. From the top it is 10 pixels. So you can see the things are written in the bold, things are things are written in the bold, and these all part is displayed in a block, in a sequence in a block. So then we have some text area in which we have the width set and some margin, and then we have some border padding and also border radius as well. This is the border radius. You can see a little curve over here. And then we have the text area height. This whole is the height of the text area. Then we have the push button. It has cursor pointer because whenever I uh, get my cursor over it, it will point as a cursor. And this is the border. We have set border to none. And then we have the display as block because we want everything in a order. So we have this also in the block. And hence, if you click the push button, it will say post submitted. So this was the whole task for 5.1c. Thank you for watching.